Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the John Went Walking YouTube channel. I'm coming to you from the Dunnellon Trail out on the Florida Trail. I'm just crossing right now the Withlacoochee River. You can show it to you out here as I come across it, the Withlacoochee River. I parked down at the CR 39 trailhead and I'm walking up here. I came out to explore the Florida Trail this morning and I was hoping to find a spot out in the woods to get a hike in, but instead all I found was this little rail trail. But it's all right, it's part of the trail and better than walking on the road, that's for sure. So I wanted to bring it to you this morning. This is the second video. If you look at the video immediately before this one, it will show you the path the mile or two before this, and this is just a bridge and crossing the Withlacoochee River. So I'm gonna get right across here, get back into the canopy of trees. Beautiful morning here in Central Florida. The weather this time of the year is really near perfect. Looks like we've been getting up to about here we go. Let's see what the sign says. Marjorie Harris Carr Cross Florida Greenway. So that's where we are right here, coming across the bridge. So we're across the Withlacoochee River and still on the rail trail here, the Dunnellon Trail. It's a little bike path, and the Florida Trail is running with this as part of this trail. I haven't seen any orange markings out here this morning at all, but I know that this is the physical path because I've got my Far Out app and I'm able to track it pretty closely exactly where I am. So for whatever reason, they just didn't get the orange markers, markers out here onto the trees or anywhere. So as long as you got your Far Out app, you're just fine. You're not going to get lost. You can see what a beautiful morning it is out here in this canopy. It's gotten denser and denser as I've came north. It's gotten further away from US 41 where I came up this morning, the road that I came up on, and it's getting further and further away, getting deeper into the forest up here. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful morning. You can see out here, it's hard to complain. You know, I always think if I'm, with the Thru-Hike, I'm thinking how important it is for me to be out on the trails and into old Florida and into those less explored areas of Florida. But it's hard to complain about a trail like this, because if you were through hiking and you spent all your time out there in the swamps messing around, this would be an awful nice break for you to take and be able to get some miles in. So you can see here there's a little area down to the water. I'm not sure if there's fishing down there or what's going on, but a little river walk down there, that's nice. But we're going to just continue along here as we make our way up. And now we're you can see the sun's kind of in front of me up there to the right, and we're kind of at the furthest north part on the western corridor, and we're kind of making the turn back towards Ocala, and we're going to kind of be heading back over to where the eastern western corridor meet. So that's where we're at right here, and we're headed back east to meet the east corridor. So most of the videos that I've shown you have been on the west corridor and all the way around the western side of Orlando, all the way down from where the split is. I had the split just a couple of weeks ago on film, all the way down there, all the way out around. So it brings you up through, in Osceola County, up through St. Cloud, up through Kissimmee, brings you out there. And then, wow, I don't know what's going on up here. They got a four-wheeler, and looks like they got their fishing poles out. They're getting ready for some action here of some kind. So we're just gonna try to slide by them here and not cause too much of a commotion. I don't like to interrupt people with whatever they're doing. So anyway, like I said, the western corridor, like the slam on it, the majority of people in the research that I've done so far, the majority of the people do take the eastern corridor to keep themselves off of the actual roads and try to keep themselves out into the wood. Okay, this says Rainbow Rivers Club, members and guests only, so not sure what that is, but Rainbow Rivers Club, we're passing by. That's what these guys I just passed were working on there somewhere. But so the slam on the western side was there's a lot more road walking and that sort of thing, and you know, honestly, they're kind of right, because when you get down there, like you're coming up into St. Cloud, Kissimmee, all the way up to where you go over to the Polk County line, which is down John Young Parkway. The John Young Parkway is 92. You come down there, and then you get on to Ronald Reagan and go over to Davenport, and then the road walk is basically all the way out to the Green Trail trailhead, the east tract of the Green Trail trailhead. You're basically, a lot of the pathway out there is either roads or the side of the road or sidewalks. There's not a lot of actual what you know we would traditionally think of as trail out in the woods, but a lot, once you get into the east track of the Green Trail, then it's a different story. Then you're going to be spending a lot of times out in what I would consider or think of as old Florida, where you're just walking through these beautiful Florida nature areas, and so I understand like why the majority would take the east track, but I've talked about it before, and my plan is to be on the west track because it brings me closer to my home, and it'll allow me to be able to actually you know, have some time to regenerate at my house without losing any mileage time, because I can walk, get picked up, and be back at the house for at least several days, if not 4 or 5 days, when I'm coming through the area up there. So I'm going to do that just for myself, for logistical purposes. Now, during the course of this summer in preparation, I do plan to look some at the eastern corridor. I was just down at the split, and I did a couple of miles out on the eastern track up there, and I'll go back and do a little bit more, and maybe eventually sometime in my life, maybe I'll hike that eastern corridor. But for the initial through hike attempt here, I'm going to just plan on the western corridor. So this is nearing the end of the western corridor up here where I am right now today. This is nearing, like, you still have to go over through Ocala, but I'm as far north as you go on the eastern trail. I mean on the western corridor, and then I'm kind of turned back towards the east. You can see the sun coming up above me there. So we're pointed back east this morning on the Florida Trail. Again, there have been no orange blazes out here. I haven't seen any markers at all, but I know it's the Florida Trail because I have my Far Out app, and it shows me immediately on it. I even, have the GPS tracker on there, so I can locate my phone on the Far Out map. It'll show exactly where I am, and this is physically on the Florida Trail. So like I said, it's hard to complain about. It's such a beautiful morning, so much going on out here. You can see, look at these swamps out here, these little areas of swampy, watery areas. I can hear birds everywhere. Can't really see them, but I can sure hear them. I can hear everything out here moving, and it just turned into a perfect morning here in Central Florida, or West Central Florida. So I wanted to bring you out here with me this morning. Like I said, this is as far north as I've had my video camera, my YouTube channel. This is as far north as I've been with this camera. Or no, of course I've been all over the state of Florida throughout my lifetime, but this is as far north as I've been on the actual Florida Trail. You can see it's really beautiful out here as we move through, and look at these old swampy areas. Just gorgeous, right? Just gorgeous. Continue along here. We will make our way further further east on the western corridor. So it's good to be up here. It is so good to be up here. You know, I'm getting very familiar with the trail, especially, you know, from the areas that I've been, and I'm getting very familiar with it. And man, I'm so grateful to be able to be up here and to be able to share this trail with you. And again, it's all, look at this, it's just gorgeous. It's all in preparation for my upcoming through hike in January. And still seems like a long ways away, but hey, we're getting close. Big old crane up there coming through, and just got to keep plugging along. All the other planning is going very well. Logistically, I'm getting prepared. Physically, I'm getting prepared, and just getting myself set up to succeed. That's the whole goal here for the Florida Trail, is to complete it. You know, that's my whole goal. I want to set myself up to succeed, and I want to make sure that the only way that I can possibly fail is if I just choose to quit. And I'm not going to choose to quit. It's going to take something else. So I'm coming back out here into the sunshine. So okay, it looks like I'm going to check exactly where we are on the map. I think I'm going to do one more video up this way just to show you the area. Up here as far north as I can go today, or like I said, we're not even really going north. Now we're kind of moving east back towards, we're on the west corridor, moving east back towards what is the east corridor, and the Florida Trail moving north. So again, friends, it's wonderful to be with you out here this morning. I'm very grateful that you take a few minutes to spend with me, and I just appreciate everything, and I'm grateful for all the people that have taken the time to spend a few minutes with me out here on the trail. And I'm going to be back with you again on the Florida Trail real soon. You all have a wonderful day now.